Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Markus Kwan. So today I'm going to introduce this book to you. It's called Thinking Fast and Slow. So the author is Daniel Kahneman. So let me give you some background about this book and why am I going to introduce this book to you. So Dr. Kahneman won the Nobel Prize in Economics, and actually he's a psychologist. So for those who wonder why is a psychologist is awarded with Nobel Prize in Economics, and this book basically contributes to the concept on behavioral economics, and that laid the foundation. Dr. Kahneman introduced this concept one brain, two systems in his book, and you will see system 1 and system 2 on screen. And in brief, system 1 is kind of like our intuition, and that is a fast process. And system 2, we could conclude that as our cognitive thinking, and that is slow process. So how does that work? One of the examples used in the book is called the Mueller-Lyer illusion. On the screen, you will see two lines, each with two arrows at the end. Do they look the same length to you, or one of them look longer? I suppose most of you would choose the bottom one, right? The second one looks longer. What about this? I add a line to the diagram. Does the second line look longer to you now? So system 1 is like our first glance. We could make a conclusion by just looking at the diagram, and obviously that is the wrong conclusion for this situation. But afterwards, if we try to measure it, use some measurements to help us or to guide us to the conclusion, we will find a different kind of solution to it. Isn't that fascinating how our brain works? So let me conclude, why would I introduce this book and why would I think it's helpful and beneficial for our learning? Our learning process is like this. Every time when we encounter a new information or concept, we'll comprehend the content with our system 1, that is our intuitions, our information or knowledge that is already exists in our brain. And afterwards, when we learned, we try to process the information. And the most important steps is we analyze it. For example, like the Mueller-Lyer illusion, we have to use measurements. So we have to make efforts to do the learning process. And that is a slow process. That is our system 2. And after we learn it with our system 2, we can make the conclusion. And that will become internalized in our brain. So when we face a new information or new concepts in the future, we then can use this internalized information to build up our knowledge pool in the future. And yes, learning is painful. There's no effortless learning. All this requires logical thinking so that we could build up a better and stronger foundation in our intuition of system 1. As time goes on and we build up a larger pool and we use less time to learn and analyze with our system 2. So I hope you are still with me. There are two take-home messages with this video for this book, Thinking Fast and Slow. The first one I want to talk about is the core concept in how psychology, in particular how our brain links with our behavior. And the second one is I want to appreciate the cognitive learning process and how we could make use of the system 1 and 2 to enhance our learning efficiency. Of course, what I've shown in this video is just a brief information. It's like our system 1. a very brief, intuitive thinking or information. What remaining for you to explore is to read out from the book. By reading it is like our system too, and hopefully by doing so it will become internalized and with you to build up your knowledge map. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's learn more and have fun with our knowledge. Thank you.